It's time for the MCTS experience with Mr. Orff and Mr. Nash. Discover your passion and unlock your future.
Welcome, one and all, to another exciting episode of the MCTS experience. My name is Mr. Orff. With me, as always, my partner in crime, Mr. David Nash. How are you, sir?
Excellent. I just feel we have so much information that our listeners are in for a treat this week.
I think so, too.
Month.
Let's before we go further, though, we would be remiss if we didn't say hi to our friend and producer extraordinaire, Nick MacGyver Sikowski.
Boom!
Gentlemen, hello.
There he is. There he is. We love it. I love that we get a face with the name now.
I remember the days back when we were just sitting on a couch talking into some microphones.
We've come a long way.
I love it. So are our viewers and listeners. Maybe they're sitting in a car. Maybe they're making dinner, watching it in the background. Who knows? We're glad to have you here.
A lot of options, yes. Video or audio, either way. We are going to definitely
both needs. We are going to blow the lid off of what people think is happening in a CTE school with this episode.
Forget it. College credits, high achieving students. We've got it all here.
Student initiated elements with staff from private sector.
Yes.
Like, it's not this magic place that produces the type of talent that we have as instructors. You got to get people from private sector industries that can really be masters of it. So.
Of course.
It's neat.
Yes, Women's History Month, great students, great episode coming up. Couple quick announcements, and then we're going to get right to it. Prom is coming up on
Will you be doing
April
your
2nd.
John Travolta dance moves?
Well, that goes without saying. Yes,
I would expect nothing less.
I'm known for my 70s disco moves.
I would expect nothing less.
I'll be busting those out.
Or will you be like Michael Scott in The Office or Ricky Gervais in The English Office when they start dancing? And if you haven't watched that, everybody, please watch that on YouTube. You will die laughing.
Thank you. Or Elaine on Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Thumbs. Yeah. Sweet Fancy Moses.
People know. Our listeners and watchers know what you're talking about. I know they do.
The truth is, no one wants to see Mr. Orff dance,
but Orff will be there on the scene with the gangster.
I like to show up, eat some chicken fingers, say hi to the people.
Kids love it.
Great. Also, right after that, immediately following the prom on the Friday, we're off. Spring break is April 3rd through the following week. That whole week. Got a nice big juicy break.
You blink and we were just in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
And I love this time of year, too.
I do.
Tell me what's going on in the world of skills.
Well, we just finished this past Saturday, the final coup de grace of all we had 4 contests or 5 contests all through the month of March, different contest sites. And now we start to know with the award ceremony on April 18th, Saturday, April 18th, Morris Knowles High School, 12 noon. The state director's office will share with all the schools if the particular contest that your students participated in received a medal. We don't know the position.
Okay.
It's not they send back a email circled to the contests and say these students are going to definitely receive a medal at this award ceremony.
And then we let them know.
And then the parents, family, grandparents, endless seating.
Come on out.
Endless seating.
Yeah.
And
I've seen it. It's incredible. It's a great event.
It's a good time.
A lot of community, statewide, kids from all
camaraderie.
over the state.
I mean, you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Friendly rivalries.
It's 12. People arrive 10:30, 11. Show starts at 12, done by 2.
Great.
It's wonderful.
Great. And then, of course, National Apprenticeship Week coming up. So
Gent has been.
George, the legend Gent.
The Gentster, as I love to call him.
The Gentster. Put together a career fair. The National Apprenticeship Week Career Fair.
And it really embraces the specific programs at our Assunpink campus, which is George's expertise, which, again, makes sense.
Yes, those construction programs, welding, carpentry, electrical.
Fabrication, diesel, you name it.
Yes.
And if it's a career fair engineered for those students junior and senior year, I mean, I'm not going to blow the lid off. He's got some special guests coming. High level guests at this.
But it is all under that umbrella of apprenticeships, right?
1,000%.
Yes. National Apprenticeship Week itself is the week of the 25th to May 2nd. And we're so
proactive. We're going to do it the week before.
It's like a kickoff.
Yeah, we're priming the pump.
Yeah, getting everybody excited for the upcoming week. And some great content on this episode. Let's get to it.
There's nothing to it but to do it. Let's go.
We'll be right back after this.
On the path to a career you'll love at Mercer County Technical Schools. We offer industry certifications in recession-proof careers, and high school students can earn college credits in a wide variety of in-demand career technical education programs. Students no longer have to choose between job training and a traditional college experience. You can earn certifications, start working, and get college credits. Go to mcts.edu today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have two very special guests here. I'll introduce to Mr. Nash's right first, Dr. Jeff Harmon from Thomas Edison State University. Hi, Jeff. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Mick. Appreciate it. Pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you. And then to my left is a frequent visitor to the podcast now, Dr. Charles Powell, our interim superintendent, and please, hello, Dr. Powell.
Hi, Mr. Orff. Thank you for having me back on the show.
It's like I've never done this before. So we're very pleased to have both Jeff and Dr. Powell here with us because we're announcing to our viewing and listening audience this wonderful agreement we've come up with Thomas Edison in partnership with them. And Jeff, maybe I'll throw it right to you, Dr. Harmon. Would you start us off and just talk a little bit about the partnership itself,
Really
the agreements?
exciting. It's really, really solid.
Will do, Mick. Appreciate it. So first, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us. Real quick about Thomas Edison. We're one of the senior public institutions here in New Jersey, and with a very different model from most of the other colleges and universities in New Jersey. Thomas Edison was founded to help adult learners complete a degree. So all of our programs are focused on practical application of skills and knowledge learned to their jobs, promoting increases and promotions in one's own job, but also the ability to go to different sectors and seek out new opportunities. So one staple of Thomas Edison is that we do more credit for prior learning than just about any institution in the country. On the 50 years plus experience we have with credit for prior learning, last year, the Department of Education came knocking and asked us to design a project to help career and technical schools get credit for the training that they are doing on the ground. And that's one of the skills that Thomas Edison really shines at in terms of uncovering credit, uncovering college-level learning wherever and however it occurs. So we designed a program funded by the Department of Ed, and we set out to evaluate 12 career and technical education programs across the state. There's a lot of overlap, right? Many schools offer welding, many schools offer electrician.
Sure.
So we knew we didn't have the ability to evaluate them all, but we designed a program where we could evaluate one signature program and then use that as the standard to measure other schools against. It was awesome to see Mercer help us with this. They had more evaluations than any other career and technical school in the state, and that was really helpful. So we evaluated a lot of their programs. We'll talk about some here today, and then that is the standard by which we're going to measure other schools and other programs.
Wow, that's quite a feather in Dr. Powell's cap and in our cap as a school.
Yeah. I really appreciate Thomas Edison and the state of New Jersey really giving career technical education the credence it deserves, right? It's no longer college or career. It's college and career at 100%. The same time. We are doing college level work. And I have to say, I was raising my hand to be first in line to be ahead of this partnership, just based on the quality of our staff. We have some of the best teachers in the state, hands down. The work that we've done over the past few years for curriculum and articulation agreements as a whole, I felt like we were well positioned to jump to the lead of this partnership and to work with Thomas Edison on. So really appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Well, let's unravel it. I mean, this is quite a list here. I mean, and there's a lot of opportunity for students to complete, our course completers that are out immersed in career-based learning, which again, we don't say job. Job stands for just over broke. We all know that. That's a trademark Dave Nash phrase. But my point being is the program or positions that the student's able to graduate with can lend to some really established credits, and we're seeing that right here, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and this is one of those projects where, as I like to coin the phrase, rising tides lift all ships.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not only elevating the students in Mercer, we're elevating students in career and technical education programs across the state. And we're, like Dr. Powell said, removing that fork in the road where you have to choose between a career in the trades or a higher education degree. We're bringing those two together to help students accelerate to degree completion while training for a career in the trades. So maybe what I'll do is I'll ask Dr. Powell to note which of the programs we evaluated that are at Mercer, and then I'll talk a little bit about what students can do with those credits.
Absolutely.
Love it.
So the programs that we took the lead on was welding. We did cosmetology, we submitted that. However, they just went with the state board license. So students in cosmetology can now get credit for their passing their state boards, which is wonderful. Allied health and our health science academy students. That's a big one because it can be coupled with Project Lead the Way Biomedical. And our students here at Mercer County Technical Schools take both of those, which would enable them to get up to 25 credits, which is great. We also looked at Army JROTC, which is one of our new flagship programs. And, we have some wonderful staff members in there and a group of motivated young students who are already winning some of their competitions throughout the state. So this is amazing. We also did culinary arts and HVAC. So that was our big programs that we submitted here.
And those are the ones we submitted. And now across the state, there are a number of others, including Project Lead the Way Engineering, plumbing, culinary arts is on the way, electrical. So our students, correct me if I'm wrong, our students could take advantage of that as well. Yeah. Those other agreements. Yeah.
So we definitely have Project Lead the Way Engineering courses. We definitely have Project Lead the Way computer science courses, and our engineering, JROTC, and AI and robotics program will be able to take advantage of those. We also submitted recently an attestation form for another program that was reviewed at a different school in regard to automotive and electrical. So the automotive program will get 40 college credits, automotive technology.
Unbelievable.
And the electrical program is going to be eligible up to 19 and a half credits for this PLR program.
So, when I hear that, I'm instantly putting on my non-MCTS hat, and I'm delving into parent mode. I have a couple of daughters that are 19 and 20. So let's say that my children graduated from the school in one of these programs that we mentioned. How do I unlock these credits? Take me through this process and how it can be, for they can to participate in and be a part of this.
Yep, great question. So first, I would like to just direct everybody to the Thomas Edison State University website. And when you go there, you'll find the search feature. And if you type in CTE, Career and Technical Education, it'll take you right to our website where we list all of the evaluated programs, the eligible sites, and the number of credits. The other thing that we do on that website is we put on there the specific courses that will ultimately appear on a student's transcript when they unlock the credits, as you said. So really there are two pathways through these credits for students. The first pathway is the Thomas Edison State University pathway. So you'll also see on that website suggested degrees for each of these programs. However, we don't limit students to a specific program. If a welder wanted to become a BSN student, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, they can certainly do that, but I can pretty much guarantee none of those welding credits are going to transfer into that program, right? So we have suggested degrees. So for many of these programs, we would suggest an AAS in Construction and Facility Support or a Bachelor of Science in Construction Management, perhaps Bachelor of Science in Technical Studies. Some of the PLTW courses may find their way into some more traditional programs at Thomas Edison. So step one, understand what you have. At the time of graduation, Thomas Edison is committing to provide students with the number of credits on that website when they complete their program and when the school verifies that they've completed. So if they are interested in attending Thomas Edison, they can fill out an application. When they begin the first conversation with one of our advisors, they will let them know, hey, I came from the welding program at Mercer, and I'm eligible for 32 credits. Our advisor will then say, okay, here's how you have Mercer send us your transcripts to verify completion of the program. And when our registrar receives that, they will put those 32 credits on a transcript. The advisor, who I tend to call our advisors as a little bit of academic artists, they will then look at the degree program requirements, what the student's bringing in from this program. Also, we have a lot of other opportunities for students to earn credit. If they've piecemealed credits here and there, we can bring that all together and figure out the shortest distance between that student and their degree completion, their graduation date. And that will let them know what courses they need to take above and beyond, let's say, the 32 credits that they got for the welding program here. So that's...
Seems super logical. It seems, A plus B equals C kind of interaction.
And if they enroll at Thomas Edison, those credits are free.
Those credits are 100% free.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if I may, I'm
Yeah,
very
go
sorry. This really also seems very practical, right? For a student who took the welding program or the HVAC program, they're anxious to get their hands dirty, go out to work. They can enroll at Thomas Edison, get that career started, but be getting a degree along the way. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And because of who we are, our courses are all online and they're all asynchronous. We serve a large swath of military students. So we have a variety of different course models, some that are online, some that are asynchronous. That's sort of the standard. But we also have other types of course options. We were the pioneer of the old course on a thumb drive that has now been replaced with a little bit better technology. But, you think about our servicemen and women who are forward deployed, who are on submarines, who are on battleships. They don't have internet, right? So they're doing their work in a little bit of a silo. And then when they get into internet range, they transmit and we evaluate their work. So you have online courses, you have more flexible options like our EPAC courses.
It's really neat.
Yeah, it kind of, we intend to serve everybody who is an adult making adult decisions, working, raising a family, defending our nation. We try to be very flexible in those credit earning opportunities. So they can work at night, they can work on the weekends, they can, work in the mornings, wherever they can fit in their coursework. That's great. And they can chip away at things. One other very non-traditional element of Thomas Edison is that we offer a new semester every single month of the year. We do not do a traditional spring, summer, fall.
Oh, wow.
So if you want, if you're a welder and the winters tend to be downtime, take a couple extra classes during the winter and then leave your summers open for work. And chip away at those credits so that, you take enough coursework to keep you busy, but not overwhelm you. So that's pathway one. No cost for earning the credits, and we will get the documentation from the sending school and advise that student which is the best path to a degree that'll help them in their career. Pathway two is something that is really, really unique, and Thomas Edison is one of the only institutions I know of that does this. We know that Thomas Edison may not be the destination school for every student, and we have a lot of partnerships with community colleges. So Mercer is one. We just signed a 2+2 articulation agreement with them, and we're working on some other projects with them. Sometimes students are better served in their local community and taking advantage of the lower cost of community college credits. So if a student wanted to take their 32 credit transcript from Thomas Edison and go to Mercer and have Mercer transfer some of those credits in, they can do that. And we call that individual learning account. This is where a student will come to Thomas Edison, they'll apply for an individual learning account or ILA. They pay a one-time fee of $427, which covers essentially the human cost of transcribing those credits. And then we will give them the transcript with all 32 credits on it, and they are ready to go to any other institution of higher ed.
It's amazing.
We do tell students that each institution will determine how much they can transfer in. That's something we don't have influence over, but it creates this agency of transfer credit, especially these non-traditional transfer credits. So we would love to form as many partnerships with as many community colleges and other senior institutions in New Jersey, so we give students opportunity of choice. I want to go here. We're not going to limit them from that. We're going to help them go to that other school. And that's really where the rising tides lift all ships statement comes in, because we're trying to elevate both Thomas Edison's enrollment, community college enrollment, and other schools' enrollment here in New Jersey.
Dr. Powell, you and I talked separately as we were going through all this stuff with Thomas Edison. Talk about how working with them. How easy were they to work with? Tell a little bit of the nuts and bolts of that.
And yeah, absolutely.
No way.
And I absolutely have to commend Thomas Edison's process. It was very professional. Resumes were shared back and forth. The resumes were shared of those who were reviewing our curriculum, which was very appreciative. Letting us know that someone with a degree and expertise in the field was looking at our curriculum documents, and vice versa. That our teachers were certificated, held degrees, and that went back and forth. Our curriculum documents were shared. I just want to commend them on the very professional process and the partnership. It seemed like we were all rowing in the same direction. We had a goal. We had a destination to get to, and we all wanted to get there. I thought that was wonderful. So I'm absolutely open to doing that again in the future. So just throwing that little plug in there. But I want to thank Dr. Harmon, Dr. Mayor Kirst, Ms. Allison Macilis.
Allison Macilis, yes. The whole team.
Lisa,
wonderful.
Donna, Mr. Daniels for the other reviews. There's so many people, but very professional process. Back and forth, open lines of communication. If they had questions on assessment or objectives, it was a collaborative process, and I just want to thank them for that. And it was a great experience. And I want to thank my team, my C&I team, who were getting answers, getting questions answered, getting assignments, getting assessments for us. My C&I team is phenomenal, and any questions that staff had to answer, I want to thank my staff as well, because I know this was kind of out of the norm of the daily routine, and but it was all for a goal and for the benefit of the students, especially not only Mercer County students, but now for the entire state of New Jersey.
Yeah. Students all over the state are going to take advantage of this.
I want to go inside the consumer as a client. I'm 26 years old. I'm in a position. I enjoy the career I'm studying, and I'm thinking about how to get to a level of maybe becoming a facility manager or somebody that's going to get brought through another level of oversight within an organization. I can totally call you guys if I graduated from MCTS, unlock this opportunity, and then figure out the pathway for me to proceed down. Because I'm imagining there's people watching and listening that are going, wait a minute, I can do this, and now that's a reality, is what I'm confirming.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't stress that piece enough. To give us a call if you have a question. Don't make any assumptions. One of the things that's pretty amazing about our review process, which we call Professional Learning Review, or PLR, is that we're able to go backwards in time a little bit to advantage graduates of the program prior to when we actually evaluated, because we're evaluating curriculum. And so we'll ask questions like, how long has this curriculum been in place? And we have the ability to retroactively start our credit awards historically to advantage graduates, because the curriculum that we evaluated today is the same one that's been in place for the last couple of years. And even if it has evolved, we have the ability to have different credit awards based on time. So if you graduated from MCVTS, then you have a question, give us a call. Talk to one of our admissions specialists. You might even make your way to Dr. Mary Kirst or Ali Macilis, and they'll guide you through that process. So don't assume ever that you're not in the realm of getting these credits. And,
awesome.
The other thing is that we offer associate's, bachelor's, master's, doctoral, and certificate programs in between. So there's a credential for just about everybody at Thomas Edison, depending on where you are in your career.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable. Brilliant. That's a perfect note to go out on. Dr. Harmon, we're honored to have you with us. We're very thrilled about this partnership, and we look forward to more work. I know Dr. Powell's chomping at the bit to do more.
Thanks, Mick. I appreciate that. And, I'm a big fan of Winston Churchill, so I'll say this isn't the end. It's not even the beginning of the end. It's the end of the beginning. So we've got a long road ahead of us of evaluating more programs and helping more students.
Great. Perfect. Well said, sir.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Culinary Arts.
Our program prepares students for a professional role in the fast-growing commercial culinary and baking fields. Learn recipe and menu planning, food prep, purchasing, management of food supplies, kitchen safety, and the aesthetics of food presentation. Students work in our state-of-the-art kitchens with experienced and professional chefs. Students will earn their ServSafe certification from the National Restaurant Association while competing in Skills USA and ProStart.
And now it's time for Student of the Week!
Well, okay, that was, wonderful. Welcome back, everyone. We're very, very pleased to introduce two terrific students of the week. Student of the weeks, students of the week.
Students
of the week, plural. Mothers-in-law, students of the week. Yes.
It's a grammatical lesson as well as an informative podcast.
We're here to learn at MCTS. That's why they say magic happens here. On my left is the great Ava Costanzo. Yes. Welcome and thank you for being here. Junior in the STEM Academy, yes?
Sophomore.
Oh. See, she's
Heavy hitter.
Wise beyond her years. I thought you were a college student already. And then on her left is Camila Rodriguez-Celis.
Yes.
Junior.
Yes.
In the Culinary Arts Academy.
Yes.
Very nice. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Well,
high level.
We appreciate
high
it.
level.
Yes.
Students.
Now these are two all-stars, right? From representatives of their academy. You've both helped me with numerous admissions events. Thank you very much, by the way, both of you. Leaders among their peers. But also, something just came to our attention recently, a video you guys made with the Student Council in honor of Women's History Month. Yes?
Yes.
Ava, talk a little bit about that.
So that was mostly Spanina Arun's idea.
Okay.
She came to me during an advisory one day. She was like, hey, when do you have Mr. Gravio's class? And I was like, 4th block. And she said, hey, would you want to interview her for a video that we were going to make for Women's History Month? And I was like, sure, I can do that.
Nice.
So I didn't have any questions. I just kind of made it up on the spot.
Right.
But
Well, that's the best type of communication is when it's not rehearsed, robotic.
Just kind of pulled stuff out of nowhere. I don't know.
you things that you found interesting and you thought your audience would want to hear about. That's what you formulated that thought process. Absolutely.
By the way, big shout out to Spanina, who's already been a guest on this podcast. Nice work bringing all these guys
Brilliant,
together.
great idea. Great idea.
We're going to have you back on soon, of course. Wonderful. All right, so Camilla, the Thriller, tell me a little bit about your role in this and how they got you involved.
Yeah, so Ezra approached me and he asked me, hey, would you love to help me out in filming a video for Women's History Month? And I was like, yeah, sure thing, because he knows I am close with Chef P, and he knows that I would be able to interview her well. And so he approached me. He's like, okay, let's meet up during lunch and advisory, and then we can ask Chef P some questions. And I was like, okay. And like Ava, I also made some questions up on the spot,
Again, information
Yeah.
is pertinent and relevant to. That's how your brain does what we do, and that's so it's so high level that you're doing this in high school. It's very normal to have pre-written canned questions, but for you to just think on the fly, and there's such incredible stories, Mr. Gravio and Chef Phillips, and I mean, you're talking about pioneers in an industry that's male dominated. I mean, that's really, and now I won't spoil the video.
Yeah. So Mr. S is going to share some at least some snippets of the video, if not the whole thing, depending on the length. But please go to your student council handle. What is that handle on Instagram?
Cypec.stuco, I believe.
Yes.
Cypec.stuco on Instagram, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Vandana Arun and I'm the Vice President of our Student Council here at MCTS. March is a month where we celebrate all the wonderful women, and here at MCTS we're going to be celebrating all the women that make our experience here better. Did you know this was only a week-long celebration in California? By 1980, Jimmy Carter made this a nationally recognized holiday, and 6 years later, this became a month-long celebration. Up next, we're going to be interviewing 2 of our female teachers and asking them about the experience in the workforce.
Hi, I'm Ava Costanzo with the SciPec Student Council, and this year, for Women's History Month, I'm here with Mr. Gravio, one of our female STEM teachers. So, Mr. Gravio, how has your experience just in life been as a woman in STEM?
So I started my career as a math teacher. Growing up, it was always a very male-dominated profession. Going through college, most of my classes were male. I was one of very few female students. So being one of the few kind of made me want to pursue it more, to prove a point that women can do a career that has been mostly male dominated up until now.
How did you find, support systems through figuring your way out through being in STEM? Like, were there people that you knew you could rely on, or were you almost completely on your own?
I was pretty much completely on my own. I got into STEM as a whole in, I want to say, maybe my 5th or 6th year teaching, when my supervisor had asked me to take on the first engineering course at my previous school district. And from there, I just found a joy in engineering, something that I wasn't exposed to in my own schooling, which then made kind of a love for it and the hands-on and kind of seeing just a different part of education from when I was a student.
Hello everybody, I'm here with Chef P, just here to ask her some questions on her time in the culinary industry. So Chef P, tell us, how many years have you actually been in the culinary industry?
I have been in the hospitality industry for over 35 years.
Wow, congratulations. And during that time, what do you feel has changed the most about women in the industry and for the better for women?
I would say, in the past 30 years, women in culinary have really been really underrepresented and oftentimes overlooked. And that shift is really huge, that women are innovators and women are culinary leaders. And, that shift is real and it's measurable.
Absolutely. And what is one lesson that you have learned that you want to give out to all of the young women out there who also want to pursue the hospitality industry?
Go for it. Be a diverse learner. Learn as much as you can about this industry and put your heart into it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Happy Women's History Month, everybody.
Like them and follow them and share this great video. It's also been shared on our social media, so you can see it there too.
Yes.
At MCTS NJ.
I mean, it's a declaration of what's happening at a county CTE school. Again, I know that our avid listeners and watchers can always see these incredible elements, but it's just not this cookie cutter element of education, and that's what makes CTE so great. You've got incredible staff, private sector people that are transmitting their love of teaching. That's the other key thing. It's not like somebody just works here because they're good at what they did in the outside world. They have to have a heart to teach, and then they make these connections with our students, and then the students make the connections to interview them.
And we got 2 students from 2 different grades, 2 different academies, 2 different disciplines, of course.
It's brilliant.
Meeting up, and then that spans the whole school.
And that's not some project. That's another thing, too, is that wasn't like, okay, in order to get your 3rd working period language arts grade, you're going to do... And there's nothing wrong with that. No. Sometimes you got to do that to satisfy what needs. But the element is these are real opportunities created in an organic environment.
Yeah.
And again, it's just... something you're not going to get in a conventional high school with a conventional model.
Yeah. We want to learn a little bit more about these students. So let's start with Camilla. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's going on this year? What's going on in your life?
So this year, a couple of things are happening. Junior year is very busy for sure.
Okay.
With testing and also college applications, thinking about college. So this year I'm working towards my Eagle project through Scouting America.
Excellent.
I might be doing a project with a school.
Sure.
So we'll see how that pans out,
Okay.
With my Scoutmaster and with my Eagle project coach. Also this year I am becoming a more active member in my church and in my congregation.
Wonderful.
So becoming more of a worship leader, learning guitar to lead the congregation.
Nice.
Doing all that kind of stuff. And I've also been awarded a few awards in these past couple of months.
A few.
And also ProStart.
Yes.
ProStart's been a huge thing these past couple
You guys
of months.
took the Giants down this year.
Yes, we did.
Our brothers and sisters in Passaic, CTE, all one family in New Jersey, 21 counties, 21 schools. You guys took the Giant down which is really this is like the hockey team.
Who's the team? Passaic is the Goliath.
Passaic is the
PCCI.
Russians,
Yeah.
and we were the United States in the 1980 Olympics. Seriously, that's the metaphor I can share with all of our listeners.
But also, if you don't mind me interrupting, Camilla, we won for 2 different categories for management and culinary arts, and that's the first time in our history.
Yeah.
Which team were you on?
I was on Team Pro Start Management.
Management,
Yes.
okay. Led by Chef P.
Yes.
Shout out.
I see some
wonderful.
consistency here.
Yeah.
Some powerful female consistency right here.
That's incredible. Tell us the concept real quick. What's the name of the restaurant?
Yeah, so the concept of our restaurant is Jerseylicious. It is a food truck based here in Jersey, and it's about all things Jersey, you know, that Jersey swagger, all of the Jersey
tomatoes,
stereotypes.
the Soprano,
yes, the
the Sopranos.
agriculture.
Do you
all of
curse
that
at the
stuff.
people when they come up to order something? No.
The Tony Soprano,
We would never
sausage,
advocate
peppers,
for
and
that.
onions. The menu, Nick, we'll give producer Nick a copy of the menu to flash up for our viewers and listeners. It'll be amazing. And that's the management, the concept, and then the culinary team has to execute a menu that coincides with your restaurant. I don't know.
It doesn't have to coincide with our restaurant concept and what we do. For example, our culinary team this year, led by Chef Silverman, who took home gold.
Way to go, Chef. Way to go, Chef.
Wow.
They had a menu based on Spaniard cuisine, basically. A lot of more of the Spaniard flavors over there. It was a really delicious menu. I tried some of the things, and amazing.
Oh, it's
it was
just a
delicious.
declaration to our
Yes.
students and staff. Once again,
Great.
Building a cohesive bond.
I love it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And,
Yes, thank you so
congrats
much.
on the good citizenship award,
Yes,
too.
thank
Great
you.
News. Great news.
All right. Well, listen, we're not gonna let this one off the hook.
Leaving Ava out. I got to get you a rhyming nickname like we do for Camilla the
Nothing
Thriller.
rhymes with Ava. I don't know.
Ava, Flava.
Let
exhibits good
let Nash
behavior.
Let Nash marinate. Oh, Ava always. Oh, I like it, Orf. Well done.
Just made that up, ladies and gentlemen. Just made that up. All right, speaking
I'm
of
going to
thinking on your
brag
feet.
for her because
Please.
Look, over the course of the past 50, almost nearly 60 years, MCTS has always been anchored in Skills USA, formerly VICA. And around 2015, myself and other staff members, we started identifying the 114 contests, and we were like, why are we just specifically staying with just these careers?
Yeah.
So over the past 10 years, 11 years, we've been digging into it. And Ava just this year has tried out a brand new contest that no one in the district ever did before. It's called Prepare Speech. We don't know where she placed because the award ceremony is on the 18th of April, but we do know that you're in the top 3. And how many people were in that contest? 30,
When
25?
I went there, it was probably about 16 or 17 kids.
Okay.
Incredible. So you don't get invited unless you're in the top 3.
Yes, we email the state director's office and say, if these students in any of these competitions medal, please let us know. And that's how they choose to handle it now.
Congratulations. That's super
So we
cool.
know you're on the podium.
No matter
we know
what,
you're on the
She's a
podium.
medalist.
So
And a pioneer. First person in the school's history to take on
it's
this
amazing.
category. Good
It's
for you.
amazing. And that's and there's certain all the contests are difficult, whether it's a career specific or what I like to call white collar contest, which deals with presentation, communication, career pathway showcase, extemporaneous speaking, prepared speech. Mr. Gent had a group with a safety presentation, all kinds of stuff. We have an American Spirit, our JRRTC program.
Yes.
These are more community outreach presentations, normally reserved for probably a college sophomore or junior. That's the level that this is on, and you're sensing that.
Got a high school sophomore.
It's
kicking butt
incredible.
in that category. Ava, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a STEM sophomore. I recently finished up the winter cheer season at Nottingham High School, and I also did the fall cheer season as part of the varsity team.
Amazing.
We did several competitions, and we placed pretty highly in almost all of them. I know we were CVC champs again for like the second year in a row, but I do cheer at Nottingham, and I'm also a Civil Air Patrol cadet. I am a member of the McGuire Composite Squadron, and I am almost done my Wright Brothers Award, so I will soon be a cadet staff sergeant.
Oh my
That's
God.
so
excited
cool.
for that.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, like you said, I just did Skills USA. Very glad I placed. I was very stressed about that.
And you did robotics last year.
I did do robotics
and you loved
last
that.
year. I did love it.
What I enjoy about students like yourself and what we're celebrating with you is you're not locked in. You're like, this is an engineering contest. We got plenty of content. Whatever you're interested in. You came to me we share the contest list with the student body, and you came to me and said, "Hey, I want to do this," and we take it from there.
I love it. What was did they give you a topic or do you choose the topic?
So the speech had to be written based off of the Skills You Say theme for the year, which was champion your future. And you just kind of had to go off of that. You had to write a speech that was anywhere in between 5 to 7 minutes long. And I finished mine on Wednesday and the competition was Saturday. So I had to write, I had 3 days to completely memorize that speech. And
yeah, you can't reference or it's frowned upon.
You have no
notes.
No cards. You are not allowed to bring anything with you into that room other than your resume.
I love it.
So
I love it. Because it's one of those pardon the phrase, put up or shut up competitions where you can't rely on anything other than you, which is life in times. There's times that you got to do it.
For sure.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
That's super cool. We are, and by the way, as we said, it's Women's History Month all month long, not just at MCTS, but all over the country.
That's amazing.
And we've got two great women in our academy here. Very proud of both of you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Keep up the great work. Ava Costanzo and Camila Rodriguez-Celis, your Students of the Week. Well, Mr. Nash, we've come to the end of another exciting episode of the MCTS Experience. I hate to say it, we've run a little long. Producer
Gotta tighten it up, Orf.
Nick MacGyver-Sikowski has instructed us to pick up the pace for the end.
Here we go.
So we're going to give him what he wants.
He's going to give him the car disclaimer, end of the car commercial, exit.
That's exactly right. All right, here we go. Well, we've come to the end of another exciting episode of the MCTS Experience. I want to take a moment to thank Dr. Jeff Harmon from Thomas Edison State University, Dr. Charles Powell from Mercer County Technical Schools, and our two students of the week, Ava Costanzo and Camila Rodriguez-Celis. Great job, students. Keep up the great work. This is Mr. Orff reminding you to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on LinkedIn, and share this podcast. Give us a 4-star review. It's available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. Mr. Nash, you got anything else to say to wrap it up?
Nope, let's go.
Okay. Once again, please like us on all those platforms and share this podcast. And until the next time, this is Mr. Orff on behalf of myself, Mr. Nash, and Nick MacGyver-Sikowski inviting you to discover your passion
and unlock your future!